Okay, Jade, this one's for the ladies. A lot of times women store fat more than men in their hips and thighs and glutes. And what's going on with that? And how can we adjust our eating and our exercise to address that and really minimize that?
That's a really great question because it speaks right to the differences between caloric weight loss and hormonal fat loss. So again, there's an education issue here is that, if you just decrease calories, you're not going to be able to target specific areas on the body. And that's why there's a myth around it. People talk about you can't target specific areas. And to some extent that is true, but if you are able to adjust hormones rather than counting calories, you can do that. If you don't believe the whole hormonal thing, look at the average difference between men and women. Women store in their hips and thighs, men store in the middle primarily. So how do you do that for women? Essentially what you're trying to do is the body doesn't like to do two things at once. So you're trying to get catabolic, you're trying to get fat burning in one area, the lower body, but you don't want to burn a bunch of muscle either while you're doing that. So the best way to do that is to begin a resistance training program that is heavy on the upper body to maintain the upper body muscle and also to create a full body anabolic stimulus, but then also do heavy volume training for the legs. And that's different than heavy weight training. Heavy volume training means a lot of repetitions, a lot of work for the legs to really get the fat burning effect and the metabolic failure point, which adjusts those hormones to help you burn fat specifically in that area. Here's the difference. Women, as they age, what will happen is you will see a distribution of fat go from the hips, butt, and thighs up to the middle. And that has a lot to do with estrogen and progesterone ratios. And so with diet and exercise, things like insulin and cortisol and estrogen and progesterone need to be understood by women so they can begin to focus on these areas. So I'll give you three really quick points to look at when a woman is training for that. One, you want to eat relatively low carbohydrate, higher protein. What that's going to do is that's going to balance insulin and cortisol. The other thing you want to do is be eating lots of cruciferous vegetables and things like that, which help you detoxify your estrogen so you get less of an estrogen effect. And then you also want to balance short, intense exercise with long, relaxing exercise like yoga and things like that. And what that does is that keeps your progesterone levels up because under high stress, cortisol can be used, or progesterone can be used to make cortisol. So all three of those things together can help.